today's game, time of possession should be a factor. The Redskins are top 10 in converting on third down, and they'll be up against a Giants defense that wants to make quick stops. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he's... stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. They come out here in the eye. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Carr going to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Gordon on first down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Jason Pierre-Paul, so good to see him back on the field, resuming his place as one of the elite pass rushers in the league.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Bryant with a catch right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Throwing his Carr on third down. He finds Coleman. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Showed some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
All right, here we go.
around now with Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
On play action, it's Carr. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's third down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
We ready?
Throwing now is Carr. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now on fourth down, the 2014 NFL leader as a rookie in yards per punt, Tress Way on to kick it. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second and just 1. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And to give this time to the tailback. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Carr now to throw. Josh Doxson's got it complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
All right, here we go. Red, Abram, 110.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. It's brought in by Doxson. Touchdown! touchdown. Josh Doxson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And they'll run it here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Gordon. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come out here in the I. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. Now fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Gordon, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
We ready?
From the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Coleman has it here right side. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Melvin Gordon. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
No gain there on the completion. Second and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Back to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will push. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's a quarterback sneak. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But
the Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
It's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. This is Gordon on the dump off. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3rd down now following the completed pass.
All right, here we go.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got time. Dancing to his left. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And 4th down coming up. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will feature a team that loves getting it done through the air. The Redskins are #1 in pass TDs, and they go up against the Giants defense that will try to keep them out of the end zone. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store. Between the New York... Now on first down. Josh Doxson's got it complete. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Second down following the run. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Hey, we're going to rally. Switch.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And tough starting field position here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play. Beckham Jr., watch out for him.
One of the few guys in the league that gets you and I out of our hotel rooms early to get here for pregame warm-ups and watch him go through his routine. He's absolutely amazing catching the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding time. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
That's taken it around the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And quickly, the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer.
Second down following the incompletion. Carr going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Now Carr. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And now a look at the Washington defense.
Dan Williams might as well change his name officially to Big Dan Williams. A monster in the middle, holds down the run game against any team.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw, and bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And his kick is right through. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. On play action. Now Carr. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Giant territory. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. To Shepard, complete over the middle. 23 yards on the play. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards on the pickup. And the Giants are going to get a first down.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills? And it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. And the They'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game. Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
That has to be frustrating for defenders. 3rd down, they take a shot way downfield. There is good coverage, yet they still come down with the football and pick up a big gain.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Shift together here from the D-line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 4 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out now come the Redskins. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's Carr to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
We ready?
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there, and it's 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one is no good. He missed it, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's the option going right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He's going to field this at the 4. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
We got three.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. John Simon in on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Throwing on first down is Carr. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Carr to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. And he's got some space here. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards on the ground. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how that he's into the clear. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Try it again on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr, he finds Coleman. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
All right, here we go.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run. And while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
And he stopped immediately there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something that...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Carr will look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Taken from just outside the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
We ready?
Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the offense. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Careless there. That's going to be a penalty because they were in contact with a return man.
It's not just the punt returner that has to locate the football. The gunners going downfield have to see that as well to make sure they don't contact him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 on the gain there, and that'll be good for a Giants first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The play clock's running down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And they'll go on the ground. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Dan Williams there to make the tackle. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. They decide to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Here's Brad Wing now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He'll return it from the 6. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Carr now on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
We ready?
From the gun, it's Carr. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Stop right there. Here we go. Red, hey, zebra. Check. Zebra.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the the 26-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited. Because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going. Want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And brought in by Jarrell Adams. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. One final try now for Carr. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide and yay, baby. Alert.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.